Dark alleys, a gruesome mystery, and a name that haunts true crime history. The Black Dahlia murder was more than just a crime. It was a brutal statement that shook Los Angeles and horrified the nation. A young woman, full of dreams, was found discarded like a broken doll. Her body severed in two, her face carved into a sinister smile. The killer still unknown, the case still open. Hi there, and welcome to Crime Chronicles, where we delve into the dark and fascinating history of crimes. I am Sam, and tonight we revisit one of the most infamous murders in American history. A case that haunted investigators for decades. This is the story of Elizabeth Short's The Black Dahlia.
Crime Chronicles.
On January 15, 1947, Los Angeles police responded to a disturbing scene in Menlo Park. A young woman named Betty Bersinger, out for a morning walk with her 3-year-old daughter, came across a horrifying sight. At first, she thought it was just a broken mannequin. Instead, she had discovered the severed body of a woman, carefully placed in a vacant lot. The body was cut in half at the waist. Her pale skin showed no signs of blood at the scene. Her mouth was slashed into a grotesque smile. Her arms were positioned above her head, and her lower half lay a few inches away, as if staged deliberately. Whoever committed the crime took time to ensure she would be found. The police immediately launched an investigation, and soon the victim was identified as 22-year-old Elizabeth Short. An inspiring actress trying to make a name for herself in Hollywood, she had been living in Los Angeles, struggling to find steady work. The press sensationalized her story, dubbing her the Black Dahlia. Some said she was known for dressing in stylish black clothing and frequenting Hollywood's nightlife, and others described her as a dreamer who wanted to escape the struggles of her past. But whatever her story had been, it ended in an unthinkable way. The LAPD faced one of the most gruesome and puzzling cases in its history. The coroner's report revealed that Elizabeth had been tortured before her death. The cuts on her body were clean, suggesting the killer had surgical knowledge. Her blood was drained, leaving investigators to believe she had been murdered elsewhere before being placed in the vacant lot. Days later, the Los Angeles Examiner received a letter. The sender claimed to be the killer and included some of Elizabeth's personal belongings, her birth certificate, photos, and the address book. The letter read, "Here is Dahlia's belongings. Letter to follow." Whoever was responsible seemed to be taunting the police, playing a game with the media. Despite an intense investigation, police questioned hundreds of suspects, but never found enough evidence to make an arrest. Over the years, multiple suspects emerged. One of the most infamous was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy physician with connections to Hollywood's elite. His own son, Steve Hodel, a former LAPD detective, later claimed his father was the killer. He pointed to handwriting samples that matched the killer's letters and a series of disturbing photographs found in his father's belongings. Some even believed Hodel's house was the site of Elizabeth's murder. Other theories suggested mob involvement, corrupt law enforcement, or even a serial killer operating in Los Angeles at the time. But with no definitive proof, the case remained open. Despite decades of investigation, books, documentaries, and endless speculation, the Black Dahlia case remained unsolved. The tragic end of Elizabeth became one of the most haunting mysteries in true crime history. Her story was forever linked to Los Angeles' dark past, a cautionary tale of dreams cut short. Who killed the Black Dahlia? Would the truth ever come to light? Perhaps one day the answer would surface, but for now, her case stood as one of the most infamous unsolved murders of all time. That was it for this episode of Crime Chronicles. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Black Dahlia case, subscribe and stay tuned for more. Comment down below what you think happened to Elizabeth Short. Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.